Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Play MGS3. This is part 8. And what did we do last time? Oh yeah, catch the Tsuchinoko, mugged a guy with the crocodile cap on, and talked a bit about a few strats that I knew, and of course a little touch on my background, I suppose. And yeah, that's pretty much all that really happened in the previous part. And we're about to have a boss fight. But before that, this is a fine, nifty helicopter here. Let's see what Sigint has to say about it.
Sigint,
What's up?
the chopper we were talking about is parked at the heliport.
The one that was hauling the Shagohod in the Virtuous mission?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's an armed variation of the Mi-8 hip.
No. Some of it looks the same, but the overall shape is different. It's got stub wings, and the cockpit canopy looks like an angular greenhouse.
No kidding. Then it must be some kind of new model. I've heard stories recently that the Soviets are developing a flying infantry combat vehicle. That's gotta be it.
A flying infantry combat vehicle?
Yeah, a transport chopper with troop carrying capabilities. Think of it as an attack transport chopper version of France's AMX VCI or the Soviet BMP. They must be doing field tests on the initial prototype.
A next-generation chopper that's a little smaller than the hip. Maybe we should call it a Hind.
Not bad. It's cool with me.
Then it's settled. We'll refer to that new type helicopter as a Hind from now on.
So, I can't really say I know too much about helicopters. I'm a bit more of a fighter jet kind of guy. Although, what I do know is back during the Vietnam War on my dad's side of the family, two of my uncles were helicopter pilots. So, if I recall, one of them flew the Cobra? So the attack chopper. I'm not too sure what the other one flew, but my dad knows quite a few of the veteran pilots that flew Hueys and everything. And man, I've heard crazy stories from them pulling flight maneuvers and getting allies out of like tough spots and jams. So they're pretty awesome people. They're really chill. But some of the stories, it's so funny hearing about it now because I'm like, man, so-and-so? Really? He did that? Like, some of these guys are super chill, but back in the day, yeah, a lot of these old folks, these veterans here, definitely tough as nails for sure. Yeah, that'll save us some trouble later, I believe. We get up to these mountains later on, and there'll be helicopters flying about, and I believe this sort of helps with that later on. Okay. And yeah, I gotta stash the TNT. I don't quite need it right now. Alright, off to the boss fight. Yeah, just being a real dick. But, right, one of the few things I wanted to talk about with the croc cap is... Actually, I'll tell you guys in a bit. Well, well, well.
You're here at last.
Who it is.
Looks like the boss's info was right.
Oof. Bit slow in the draw there, Snake.
Twice now you've made me taste bitter defeat.
You ready for round 3? Oh, and here comes his fanboys and the synth.
I hate to disappoint the Cobras, but you're mine now.
Oh, alright.
All of you, leave us.
What you think? Then come and try.
It's just you and me. No one to get in our way. Ocelots are proud creatures. They prefer to hunt alone. 12 shots. This time I've got 12 shots.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter how many shots you have if they're gonna be missing, so you better make sure they count.
Okay. Draw.
Well, two can play with revolvers. Woo. Take care of that coral snake. Yeah, there are two snakes in this map that can poison you, I think. So there's a coral snake there, and then there's a cobra. Ooh, on the other side. Ooh, okay.
Not bad, eh?
All right, sure. Well, I'm not running anywhere.
Got me. You're all talk, huh? I've never felt a tension like this before.
There's your hat, and there's your face. Whoa, the simps are attacking. Don't think so. Yeah. Oh.
I felt that.
Yeah, two can spin our revolver over here.
Right. Nice shot. Not bad. Yes! It's the heart of a duel.
Okay, let's see if I can pull this off. Probably not.
You fool!
Alright, I'll give you that one.
Have that one taste. I've never felt a tension like this before.
Yeah, how you like me now? Eat that.
Son of a...
Bitch.
Damn it. He found us.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. So, I guess I got a bit of a story for you guys here, if we're talking about hornets and wasps. Yeah, wasps, man, like, I don't mind bees. Bees aren't so bad, because they sting you, that means they potentially die, so they try to avoid it. But wasps and hornets, them fuckers are merciless. They don't give a shit, so I fucking hate them. Yeah, I've been stung a total of 3 times that I can recall. First time was on the finger by a wasp. Second time was the worst, when I've actually been stung in the eyelid. Stepping out onto a balcony once, because there was a nest that was building up close to the roof where this balcony was.
You were lucky.
And third time was on the heel. In one of the houses I lived at, there was a nest that was building up underneath the wooden steps. So yeah, fucking hate wasps. But one interesting thing that I remember my old man and I did was we had a wasp nest building up on an apple tree in our front yard. And what my dad and I did was we wrapped it around with a garbage bag and just clipped the branch, and the nest fell in, and you could hear all the little buggers just buzzing like a storm inside that bag. So what did we do? We just stuffed that bag in a freezer and left it overnight. And yeah, that dealt with those wasps. And we were able to take it out later, take out the nest later, and just open it up, and all the little buggers all dead, just frozen dead. Also found the queen wasp inside. So yeah. Okay, shit. Somehow I am not dead. Took a bullet straight to the dome. Alright, get that. Okay, I guess we don't need the suture for that. Bandage, styptic, and disinfectant. Well, I guess it's shot for shot because I did shoot Ocelot square in the freaking head earlier. Anyhow, right, before I get too sidetracked here, one of the things I was going to mention earlier with the croc cap was paramedic was talking about the movie The Alligator People. Well, what I suppose crocodile heads remind me of is of an anime that I watched some while ago called Dorohedoro. So I'm real big on anime, and I really recommend that one for any of you guys who are interested. I'll leave a link in the description for, I suppose, a trailer, some form of exposure for you guys to look up that anime. So the synopsis is about some guy who gets his head turned into a alligator crocodile head due to magic, and he has amnesia, so he's trying to figure it out. And it's sort of a steampunk magic fantasy. That's the best way to put it. It's a real interesting trip with it. It's like, it's not like for people who complain a lot about like isekai animes. It's not quite like that. It's more of a mature anime, which is what I really do like and appreciate about it. But anyways, enough about that. We'll talk more about anime all in due time. Anyhow, yo, Major.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Major.
Snake.
Are you all right? You're not hurt?
I took a bullet to the head,
That was
so
a hell of a
I survived.
drive. I'm fine. Looks like there's no way back up, though.
I see. Well, anyway, it's good to hear you're not injured. Slipping and falling may not have been part of the plan, but getting into that cave was. Proceed further into the cave. The cave seems to be structured like a maze, but there's an exit somewhere. Find a way out of the cave and head for the aqueduct.
All right, but it might take me a while to get through this cave.
Are you hurt?
No,
Is it the enemy? Did they set a trap for you?
not that either.
Then what is it?
It's dark in here.
Dark.
Yeah, there's no light anywhere. I should have brought a flashlight with me.
So what you're saying is that it's going to take you a while because you don't have a flashlight.
Right.
Snake, if you don't have a flashlight, you should be looking for a substitute. I tell you, American soldiers these days rely too much on ready-made equipment.
Here we go again.
What was that?
Nothing.
American soldiers rely too much on ready-made equipment. And not only that, they can't seem to grasp that one piece of equipment can have multiple functions. Back when I was in the SAS, we never had that problem. We were trained to use every piece of equipment in as many ways as possible. If you don't have a flashlight, look for something else. You need to develop flexible, innovative thinking if you want to... Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah, of course I am.
First, take a look at what you're carrying with you now. Don't you have anything that can provide you with some light?
That would be the cigar. The only point where I'll ever really be using it. But, let's actually save. Hopefully Paramedic talks about the movie that I want her to talk about.
You want to save? Snake, have you seen
Yep,
007
here it
from
is.
Russia with Love?
Nah, I don't like those movies. Real spies are nothing like James Bond. It's pure fantasy.
Snake, I don't think the Major's going to like you saying that.
And even though it's fiction, I can't help but comparing myself to Bond.
What exactly don't you like about James Bond? I mean, is it the fantastic gadgets? The cars? The guns?
Major,
Snake, wouldn't you like to have a gun shaped like a pen?
what good is a pen gonna do me in the jungle? I look like a fool.
Then what about a snake-shaped gun? You could make it look like you're grappling with a giant snake and then get a shot in on the enemy while they're distracted. Ah,
Okay, now you're being ridiculous.
That should have
we'll make
been
you
a special weapon for
snake-shaped
this
gun
game.
that folds
I
up and
wish.
fits into an attaché case.
Will you give it a rest?
Oh, I get it. You're worried about how to handle the ladies, aren't you?
No.
I knew it. To tell you the truth, I don't like the idea of playing hanky-panky with enemy femme fatales either. But that's part of Bond's appeal. You could learn a thing or two from him. I mean, what about this Eva? What are you planning to do with her?
I don't even trust her yet.
No, that's not what I mean. You can't let yourself get involved. This is a game of spy versus spy. She's using you just as much as you're using her.
I realize that.
You've got to grab the initiative, and to do that, you have to get the upper hand in the relationship. That's what a spy is supposed to do.
Get the upper hand. I don't think I'm cut out for that mission.
Maybe if you change your code name to 00 Snake.
Major.
007 is the biggest thing to come out of England since the Mayflower. I wouldn't be surprised if they made 20 more of those movies.
Didn't you know?
And they did.
Major is a huge
Plus more.
James Bond fan. Don't get him worked up like this.
Worked up.
Maybe you don't realize this, but now that you've got him started talking about Bond, I'm going to have to listen to him lecture for a whole hour after he gets off the radio.
You have my sympathy.
It's too bad you can't enjoy such a great movie, though.
I guess I'm just one of those people who can't enjoy spy flicks.
Yep. I've actually seen the one Paramedic was talking about some time ago. It was actually when I was I wasn't Let's playing, but I was playing with a friend ages ago back in high school, and we watched that movie shortly after that conversation. It's good for the time. Like, I could see why some people would have the appeal for it. Right. And yeah, that was back during, well, the Sean Connery era of 007, so. R.I.P. Sean Connery. R.I.P. Right, so you can use the thermal goggles, but you can also use, the cigar's a little bit easier to some extent, I think. And I'll show you guys how to get the torch for getting through this area. There should be here we go, waterfall. And there it is, the torch. So yeah, the cigar slowly depletes your health whenever you use it, so you don't want to have it equipped too long, but that didn't take too long right there, right? So we're good. The downside of the torch is it attracts the bats, but they're not really all that problematic. Okay. I'll also show you guys how to get the shotgun inside the cave here. It's up ahead. But yeah, we also just picked up a glowing mushroom. So yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Rotten croc meat. So we don't need that. And there we go. There's the Russian glow cap. We'll talk about that a little later. Yeah, we already saw that.
Pretty tasty.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so there is a, I believe a Taiwanese cobra up ahead here, so just be a little careful. You'll be able to see it with thermal goggles on. Ah, there it is. There's the little bugger. Okay, there we go. Yep. Taiwanese cobra. Right. We're also going to be calling Eva for a very important conversation. Like, this is easy to sort of miss and overlook, but it gives so much exposition towards the Metal Gear story and the lore. So it might take a few calls. I'll do my best to edit out whatever sort of fodder there is with my conversations or stuff that it's just gonna eat up time. So, okay. I don't need that revolver anymore. I was just gonna show it off during that Ocelot fight, just for the extra little bits that you can do. Yeah. I normally don't do the whole gun draw with him. Yeah, just because the revolver's really slow and hard to handle in this game, so I usually just use the standard pistol or the Patriot. But okay, let's give Eva a few calls here, and I'll cut out whatever isn't needed.
Snake, are you all right?
Yeah, just barely. What the hell were all those hornets?
Most likely that was the pain, one of the cobras.
I figured as much. Are they tracking me?
I don't know. The cobras only take orders from the boss. Not even Volgin knows what they're really up to, so I don't know anything about them either.
No kidding.
I'll try and dig up as much as I can about them. You just focus on moving ahead. Go to the end of the cave and you'll come out in an aqueduct overgrown with mangroves. This leads to the Ponyzovye swamp. And Snake, be careful. That cave
is pitch dark inside.
Good. I did remember to tell you then. If it's completely dark and you need a light, try using a torch.
Let's actually pick up the shotgun first before I continue calling her. There's this little turn, like, let's take a look at the map here. Yeah, there it is. So we just entered in from the bottom right there. You just gotta turn right, and you'll enter this little area where the shotgun is, and oh baby, deadliest weapon in the game. Especially if you have, I'll teach you guys a strat. This is more so advised if you have the infinite face paint. If not, you're gonna just chew through your ammo and it's gonna be a waste. So, okay. Alright. Yeah, one of the annoying things is you gotta go into the menu and equip whatever the hell you pick up. So, little frogs, and then you might be seeing crabs. And for any of you Metal Gear vets who know what crab battle is all about, yeah, this is the battlegrounds for a crab battle. Right, this little area we just passed here is where you get the face paint for the snow camo. Yeah, I believe it's the face paint for the snow camo is where you find it. And there it is. Deadly little bugger. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear right there. I'm not gonna make the same mistake as the crab battle video. You gotta, yeah, blast him with this. I think freaking broke Snake's knife in that video. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys wondering what the fuck is this guy talking about. So, yeah. All right. Right. Call paramedic again a few times. Yeah.
That cave is known as Chornaya Peshara. In Russian, Chornaya Peshera means the black cave from which cold wind blows. It's a magma cavern formed millions of years ago, back when Salino-Yarsk was the site of volcanic activity. The structure of the cave is pretty complex, but you should be able to find the aqueduct if you keep moving inward. Head toward the interior of the cave.
Eva, where are you now?
I told you, didn't I? I'm right near the Colonel.
Pretty weak answer, if you ask me.
I suppose you're right.
Eva.
Snake, I'm under orders to cooperate with you, but that doesn't mean I have to tell you everything I know. I would assume the same applies to you, too.
Well, if you want to know, I killed a crab. I picked up a shotgun. Okay, guys. So you might have noticed a bit of a cut there. So I couldn't get that conversation that I wanted Eva to talk about, so I had to reload the save file. So I'm just gonna keep trying to call her again. And I notice I keep mixing up Eva and paramedic whenever I say I'm gonna call Eva. Instead I say I'm gonna call paramedic. So that's probably gonna happen a lot. So, alright.
Snake, are you all
Okay, yeah, we already got that conversation. Damn. Yeah, I'll try to edit as best as I can in terms of the conversations here.
Eva, where are you now?
Yeah, okay, we already got that conversation.
That cave is known as Chornaya.
Got that conversation as well.
That reminds me, I've heard they keep a shotgun stored in that part of the cave. Why don't you go look for it?
So, I already showed you guys where the shotgun is. And I guess I'm just gonna pick it up real quick here again. And then I'm gonna try calling her again. It's really finicky trying to get some of the conversations you want. Okay, I got it now. What do you have to say about that, Eva?
Go to the end of the cave and
Still no?
Snake, have you heard about the massacre that happened in the forest near the village of
Right, so this is about Volgan.
Katyn Forest Massacre, right?
During World War II, the German army came upon the bodies of 4,000 dead Polish in the forest of Katyn.
Yeah, Germany blamed the Soviet Union, but the Soviet Union denied it, blaming Germany in return.
The truth is that Stalin ordered the NKVD to carry out the killings. And it's not just Katyn. In places like Western Ukraine and Belarus, there must have been at least 20,000 Poles in the prison camps.
Why are you telling me this?
Volgan was one of the people responsible. He was one of the vicious leaders behind it.
Volgan was?
He blamed it on a prisoner revolt to allay any fears, and requested they be put to death. I've heard that Volgan even removed the blindfolds from each prisoner before he beat them to death.
I knew he wasn't all there in the head, but this...
Not someone you could be friends with.
Yeah, like I said, Volgan's a real piece of shit, so it'll be a blast when we finally get to put him 6 feet under.
Go to the end of the...
No, not that call. Come on.
Go to the...
Okay. Yeah. Really sorry about this, guys. Trying to make this as smooth as I can. There's only so far I can get with editing with the conversation, so I'm gonna quickly run out of the area. I'm going to run back in. And I'm gonna try calling her again. Since when I was sort of doing a test playthrough of this game, that's what I did to try to get that conversation, because there were ways, like I was watching YouTube videos of people uploading some of the conversations you can get, but I just wasn't too sure how to initiate some of them.
Go to the end of...
Eva,
Here
I
we
wanted
go.
to ask you about Ocelot.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. He's pretty infatuated with you, isn't he?
That's not what I meant. Aren't the Ocelots an elite unit?
Yeah.
So how'd he get to be their commander? He can't be any older than 18 or 19. I can't believe he's already a major.
I heard from the colonel that he's been given special treatment.
Special treatment?
Yeah, he's the son of some legendary hero or something.
No wonder he seems to have the right stuff. So who is this legendary hero anyway?
Beats me. The colonel never told me. All I heard was that his mother was supposedly shot in the gut during battle, and that he was born right there with bullets whizzing past them.
A pregnant woman in the middle of a battle?
That's what I heard. They say that when they stitched her up, the scar was shaped like a snake.
Well, that's battlefield medicine for you. What about his father, this legendary hero?
He didn't tell me. I don't think Ocelot's ever met his parents.
Are they dead?
Maybe, I don't know. There were a lot of MIAs back then, during the last days of the war. Ocelot probably would have ended up the same way. But he was taken in and raised by Gru and Volgan.
Because he was special.
That's my guess.
So, it's a little on the nose with the foreshadowing there. Like, if you guys have been paying attention, you should probably pick up on who the hell this legendary soldier was. And with the scar shaped like a snake. So that'll become very relevant at the end of the game. And for the most part right now, I'm gonna end this part right here. I have to stitch two of these videos together essentially because I cut off on the first one and picked up on this one just to get that one codec conversation because it's so crucial. And we'll talk a little bit more about that all in due time. So this is the first half of this session. So I'll be right back, guys. See you in a bit.